Something structural and well-drilled, y bien ensayado, well-drilled, has clearly changed in this team under our coach. Now, when we watch Real Madrid, we're calm. It looks like they're gonna win. Control, tempo, flair, estilo flair, movement, pressing, ball recovery, few chances conceded, nos hacen muy pocas ocasiones, clean sheets, porterías a cero, clean sheets, and everyone switched on, y todos muy enchufados. Sure, you might say, we've only faced a couple of top teams so far, Juve and the ref buyers, y los compraárbitros, if you can call them anything but corrupt. And yeah, you might as well say, podríais decir también, but what about the badly so-called team of the people, El Paletti? Big club, those Cholo guys? Come on, give me a break. That doesn't fit in the category at all. That loss was just an accident, guys. Though for them it's movie material. While Real Madrid drops documentaries for every Champions League they actually win, these guys are capable of releasing a whole documentary about one single match. In the heart of the 5-2. Give me a freaking break. Doesn't it sound hilarious? Para desternillarse, now comes Anfield, the real trial by fire. La verdadera prueba de fuego. The real trial by fire. Our first true checkpoint of our season. And we'll see what we're really made of. Y veremos de lo que somos capaces. Muy buenas a todos, gente buena, buena gente, football geeks, frikis del fútbol, football geeks, and welcome to a new episode of Inglés para Vikingos. So we're starting to look like a recognizable team. If you check any of the recent Champions League winners, they all had a clear identity. Either rock-solid defending, relentless pressing, una presión incansable, relentless pressing, or quick lethal transitions. And I think that's exactly what is starting to happen with our team. The positioning, that consistent high-up press on the pitch, the winning duels, our ball recoveries. It just looks like one-way traffic in many games. Plus, we've got that extra edge, esa ventaja adicional. That extra edge our coach brings. A devastating winning mindset, esa mentalidad tan ganadora. And above all, which I love by the way, that meritocracy concept. Either you stick to the team plan and give it your all on the pitch, y lo das todo en el campo, you give it your all on the pitch, or you just sit on the bench. You're subbed off, te sustituyen. You're subbed off no matter your name. That to me is proof we're on the right track, guys. So from where we're seeing, this seems to be the sort of his primo starting 11. Su once más valioso por ahora. His primo starting 11. The one he feels more comfortable with. Look at how few subs he made compared to the ref buyer's game. Maybe he's already thinking about Anfield and decided to rest Camavinga, dar descanso a Camavinga. I'm not entirely sure, folks, but I bet his lineup for the big games will look a lot like this one. Although to me, aunque para mí, I'd still make a few fine-tuning adjustments in the squad. Algunos pequeños ajustes en el equipo. Some slight tweaks here and there. For instance, our right flank with Franco still isn't clicking. No está funcionando del todo aún. Against Valencia, for example, he had 0 dribbles, 0 assists, and that's in what I'd call our best first half of the season. He should have chipped them a bit more. Debería haber contribuido con algo más. He should have chipped them a bit more. Had more weight and more say in the first half. Mucho más peso. Because we fired 13 shots. And Valencia didn't even have a single one. He just felt a bit disconnected from the rest of the team. There's something about him that still isn't gelling with the squad, que aún no encaja con el equipo. Still isn't gelling with the squad. Who knows, but it might be time to start considering Brahim or Rodrigo up front on the right, arriba por la derecha. They could definitely bring a bit more spark and creativity to our play. What do you think, folks? Another thing we need to sort out, que necesitamos arreglar, is Vini asking Kylian to let him take the penalties. Come on, Vini, you're not a good penalty taker, mate. We've seen this movie before. You're basically scoring 1 out of every 2, uno de cada dos. That's absolutely dreadful. Appalling stats. Unas estadísticas horribles. Appalling stats. And by the way, Vikingos, one special mention on Jude. He was outstanding in this match. Fue espectacular. For me, he should have been man of the match instead of Kylian. He did whatever he wanted out there. It honestly looked like he was gliding over the pitch, como deslizándose por el campo, como levitando, gliding over the pitch, playing as he were in the schoolyard against younger kids, como si estuviera en el patio del cole con chavalitos más jóvenes. This player truly embodies Real Madrid's values, Este jugador representa de verdad los valores del Madrid. Hard work, class, goals in his veins, and leadership. Tons of it. Un montón de liderazgo. And as a matter of fact, he's back in his best version. The one we saw in his first season. What about his goal in this match? Pure class. That little feint before the shot, esa pequeña finta antes del tiro, that little feint, then the way he bent it, la forma de cómo curva el balón, perfectly inside the post. Unreal. He gave real purpose and rhythm to Real Madrid's play today. In this match, Kylian was more of a pure finisher, más rematador, than an all-round player que el jugador total. The all-round player with no much dribbling or link-up play, but still 2 goals. Let's not forget, guys, he's got more goals than games played. 18 goals in 14 official matches. Unreal numbers, vikingos. Then, in the 81st minute, something took place. We had this ridiculous goal from Carreras. Este gol absolutamente asombroso de Carreras. This ridiculous shot. Straight out of the Roberto Carlos playbook. Como sacado del repertorio de tiros de Roberto Carlos. An absolute missile into the top corner. And you know, for anyone who's ever played the game, you realize just how hard it is to hit a ball with that kind of power and accuracy. Y precisión, accuracy. An absolutely incredible goal, guys. And last but not least, y por último, y no menos importante, I wanted to mention Endrick. He came on full of energy in the final stretch, en el tramo final del partido, in the final stretch. And it's a real shame, folks, because I feel he's wasting his talent, just like Gonzalo. It must be really tough to find your spot in a team with this front 3, con estos 3 delante de ti, la verdad. That's why, for me, one of the best options would be to see him go on loan, irse cedido. Go on loan in the winter window, en la ventana de invierno. Maybe to another La Liga side, or a solid European club, somewhere he can get minutes, gain experience, and show how good he really is. And now, folks, as always, let's get a bit more serious. We're stepping into the dark side, the axis of evil itself, el eje del mal, the axis of evil itself. The side where a hidden network allowed one club to pay the reference system huge sums of money for at least 2 decades, if not more since the Núñez era, for instance. And nothing's happened in this country. That side, my friend, is called the Farsa Negrera corner. I'm a bit concerned, to be honest. Things are actually looking a bit too fair lately. Demasiado justas últimamente. They're even calling what's obvious. Nos están pitando incluso lo que es obvio, at least from the VAR today. By the way, something unreal happened in this match. Have you ever seen 3 penalties in a single play? 3 en 1? Sí, no os miento. I'm not lying to you. At first, the Anfield ref, el árbitro de campo, the Anfield ref, ignored them all. Pretty shocking, don't you think? Alucinante, ¿no os parece? But once VAR stepped in, intervino, they realized they could maybe skip 1. Se podrían saltar 1. Maybe 2. Quizás 2. But 3 at the same time? That would have been too obvious. So in the end, they gave us the handball penalty the ref somehow missed. Pretty unbelievable, yes. Bueno, y ya estamos terminando, chicos, pero antes, en el check de pronunciación de hoy, os quería hablar del sonido L en inglés. I want to talk about the L sound, which disappears before M, D, or K. So even if you see it written, incluso si lo veis escrito, you don't pronounce it. For instance, en el vídeo dije Bellingham stayed calm. We say calm, not calm, calm. Otro ejemplo, he should score that goal. He should. No digo should. Y el último, I would celebrate like crazy. Fijaos que no digo I would. No, I would celebrate like crazy. Okay, today's picture of the match goes to Valverde. Fede Valverde. He might not stand out as a loud or social leader, but his leadership speaks through example. Hard work, sacrifice, discipline, and consistency. To me, he's the complete player. Maybe not the most vocal captain, but definitely the one who leads by example. More than anyone I've seen since Raúl González. Now he's a ridiculously good right back. And honestly, I don't know what we're going to do. Trent is fit to play. Trent ya está listo para jugar. Sure, but Valverde gives you so many guarantees. Te da tanta garantía que es que no sabes qué hacer. It's a really tough call for a coach. Una decisión muy chunga para Alonso. In a nutshell, my dear Vikingos, I think this team, if it really sets its mind to it, si se lo proponen, y parece que sí, they can compete for every title on the table. I even mean across Europe. I know PSG are tough, Arsenal looks sharp, Bayern too, but sincerely, I think we can do it. After what I've seen in the last few games, we've got what it takes. Tenemos lo que se necesita. Though of course, you always need a few drops of luck too. También necesitas unas gotitas de suerte. Ahora a por el Liverpool en Anfield. A tough nut to crack. Un hueso duro de roer. Tough bananas, my friends. Nos vemos pronto de nuevo tras el partido de Anfield. Un abrazo muy fuerte, a big hug, and take good care of yourself, buddies.